I have not done anything wrong. I have not broken any laws. I have not violated any IRS rules or regulations, and I have not provided false information to this or any other congressional committee.
And that is all the hearing had heard from Lois Lerner yesterday. That was not the optic the White House wanted yesterday, though, when Lois Lerner, the IRS employee at the heart of the agency scandal, spoke to lawmakers before pleading the Fifth, a move that irritated even Democrats. Take a listen.
Her attorney has written to the committee to inform us that she intends to invoke her Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. Of course, I am disappointed that we will not be able to ask her questions today.
Well, this morning, Congressman Darrell Issa, the chair there, says his committee is obligated to bring Lerner back to testify, and he's trying to work with her attorney to make that happen. Just this morning, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell had this to say.
It's now clear that this was about much more than one or two employees going rogue at some far-flung office out in the administrative hinterlands, as was first suggested. The facts we've seen so far point to something far more systemic than that. And it really shouldn't surprise anybody.
Joining me now is Republican Senator John Barrasso of Wyoming. Senator, good to see you.
Thank you, Richard.
Let's start with this. Can lawmakers compel Lerner to testify, even though she's pleaded the Fifth here after making her statement? I mean, do you believe her when she says she did nothing wrong and didn't break the law?
Well, those are two separate things. I'm a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. And I've been focused on the fact that this health care law is, for the most part, being implemented through the IRS. And we need to know we need to get to the bottom of this. We see the IRS appears to be playing favorites. You have Republicans and Democrats both very concerned about this. People want answers. This is an investigation that's going to continue. We're going to continue looking for answers here.
Well, Senator,
the bigger picture.
First things first, though, and let's talk about Lois Lerner. Do you believe her when she says she did nothing wrong?
Well, there's a difference between doing nothing wrong, breaking the law. We're going to find out that this investigation is going to continue. Clearly, someone did something wrong. The IRS has been playing favorites. We know it's been going on for a long time, and people, I believe, have been intentionally misleading Congress.
Do you agree with Chairman Issa? Should he compel her to testify, even though she made her statement and then pleaded the Fifth?
Well, I think once you make a statement, you've started to talk, and then I don't know how you can then plead the Fifth after you've gotten out your side without then answering questions. The American people want to hear what happened. The American people, whether Republican or Democrat, are very offended at what happened with the IRS playing political favorites. The IRS shouldn't be doing this, and now when you have the IRS having such an instrumental role in the upcoming health care law implementation, that everyone's going to have to go through the IRS regarding their health care, that is a big problem for the IRS, its loss of credibility, Senator, and for the upcoming health care law.
I want to play some sound for you. RNC Chairman Reince Priebus this morning on Morning Joe. Take a listen.
When you plead the Fifth,
it doesn't imply any criminal
after you claim that, I understand.
Just to be clear.
But you don't need to plead the Fifth if you have done nothing wrong and you come forward.
That's not true.
And you.
That's not true. That's not what the Fifth Amendment says. That's what the Fifth Amendment is precisely not.
I know what the Fifth Amendment says,
Well, then you're asserting the opposite.
What's your thought, Senator? Is there a danger here of going too far?
Well, I'm a doctor, not a lawyer. The American people want answers. And when someone from the IRS shows up and say, I plead the Fifth, I'm not going to answer your questions, I think that just raises more questions in the minds of people who know they have to meet deadlines with the IRS. They have to supply information under threat of the IRS tyranny. They have to answer the questions and supply information. I think that the IRS has an obligation to the American people to do the same thing, to answer questions openly and honestly, because this is going to continue. This investigation is going to go on. People are going to ultimately find out the truth.
And that is continuing. I want to switch gears just a little. Big news coming out of Capitol Hill, as you know, the controversy swirling over this immigration reform. The Senate gang of 8, their proposal making it out of committee, now going to the full Senate. You said you won't vote for it in its current form, even though efforts to protect LGBT immigrants have been taken out, much much to some supporters' dismay. What will it take for you to get your vote on the current immigration reform bill?
Well, what I've said is I believe that this immigration bill should be debated, discussed on the floor. It should not be filibustered, that there should be an open debate, because we all know that the current immigration system is broken. I'm a big supporter of legal immigration. That's how our country was built. There are issues about border security, about workers, about how to deal with those folks who are here now in this country, who are here illegally. So we're going to have a long discussion, but we do need to, I believe, modernize a broken immigration system.
Yet those who are undocumented have contributed to the building, as you say, of this country, as well as some will answer to your statement about it being built on legal immigration. I got to get this in here, Senator. Oklahoma, more. We know that thousands have already applied for FEMA relief. You voted against the Sandy relief bill that passed in the Senate in January. What's needed in a relief bill for you, for Oklahoma, that would make you inclined to pass it?
I wanted to make sure that it's actually focused on the direct results and that of what happened there, this incredible tragedy, and not have lots of other things loaded on, and ought to be what the specific bills are today in terms of what expenses need to be paid. But clearly, I believe that there may be enough money in FEMA right now to deal with this without additional legislation. We're going to find that out.
Senator John Barrasso, wish we had more time. Thanks for stopping by today.
Thanks. Thank you, Richard.